Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander's Core studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got an exciting one for you. That's right, these cards are finally underneath $2. Make sure you pick them up right now. Let's jump into them. Let's start things off with a, absolute burner in some decks. This is Whispersilk Cloak, an artifact equipment for 3 mana. Costs 2 to equip, and it says, equipped creature can't be blocked and has Shroud. Very simple, very effective. 2 things that are absolutely amazing. Now, Shroud, not as good as Hexproof, but still quite incredible. No one can target it. That does include you, but it's a great way to protect a key creature, most likely your commander, to make it so that no one can target it. And then, of course, also, unblockability is incredible in so many strategies out there. If you've got a commander that maybe has an attack trigger, now you're just free to swing. If you've got a combat damage trigger, you're free to get through. If you've got a Voltron commander, you're going to wipe opponents out very easily, very quickly with a commander that cannot be targeted and one that can get through on anyone. So it's a great way to protect essentially anything that you wanted to protect, and also a great way to get through, either the biggest creature on the board, the biggest threat, or something that gets a good trigger as well. Yeah, pick this one up. Next up, let's move on to some creatures, and one that could be the biggest creature on the board with Mocking Doppelganger, a 0/0 shapeshifter with flash for 4 mana in blue. That's just under $2 at 99 cents, and $1, I guess I should say. I said that weird. $1.99. There we go. You may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of a creature an opponent controls, except it has other creatures with the same name as this creature are goated. Now, this is basically an improved version of Clone. There is a slight difference in that Clone can copy anything. This one can only copy opponents' creatures. Do keep that in mind. But in Commander, obviously, you got 3 opponents. You've got a lot of creatures to pick from. And of course, being able to flash this in, that is fantastic. You can actually go, hey, you know what? Out of nowhere, biggest creature on the board. Thank you. Or surprisingly, right before combat for an opponent, go, biggest creature on the board, and you need to swing with yours. Sorry. So being able to force an opponent to swing with potentially their best creature, or a creature that they, again, in Commander, there's Pillow Fort strategies, turtling up strategies. Usually people don't want to put their commander in danger, especially. Be able to go, okay, I'll get a copy of your best creature, and all of a sudden now you've got to swing with yours, put yours in danger, it's going to get taken out. This is basically removal and clone all in one at flash speed. It's fantastic. Pick it up. Next up, a very unique card with Plague Drone, a 3/3 demon with flying for 4 mana in black. It says, if an opponent would gain life, that player loses that much life instead. Now, this kind of effect is rare. There are very, very few of these types of effects, essentially the false cure type effects. There are very few of them out there, and this one is a great one because it is persistent. It stays in play. It makes life gain decks an absolute nightmare to try to pilot, because you're like, all right, all my cards gain me life. Everything I do gains me life, and now that hurts. Yeah, this is a kind of card where you can actually utilize life gain cards of your own, potentially, and turn them on your opponents. Cards like Congregate that can actually make it so that, you usually gain the life, but you say, you know what, it says target players. I'm going to be very nice. Who wants to gain 2 life per creature on the board? This can be a finishing card. This can be a card that can really just take down opponents, again, who have those life gain effects, who have those life gain strategies, or even just have incidental life gain. This can take them down. It can make sure players' life totals stay low and can't go back up. It is a great way to do that, and of course, again, pairs incredibly well with forced life gain cards as well. Pick it up. All right, buckle up for this next one, because green cards do absolutely everything. And actually, I never really realized in the art, there's some really beautiful little red birds on the left side of this card. Cool. Anyways, Elder Gargaroth, a 6/6 beast with vigilance, reach, and trample for 5 mana in green. Keyword soup right there. Whenever this creature attacks or blocks, choose 1. Create a 3/3 green beast creature token. You gain 3 life, or you draw a card. Again, green does absolutely everything. Again, literally back in the day, if you show this kind of a card to someone back, 20, 30 years ago, they're like, wait, there's a 6/6 for 5 mana and it doesn't have any downside to it? I don't have to sacrifice all my lands? Yeah, these days it's like, oh, no, 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 no. It's a 6/6 with 3 keywords, all very, very relevant. And by the way, it's got an attack trigger that is flexible. So if you need to, make an army, cool, do so. If you need to gain some life, sure, why not? You need to draw some cards. Yeah, you always want to draw some cards, right? So this is either repeat card advantage, going wide strategy, or pad your life total on a big body creature that is very relevant. Pick it up. Speaking of a life gain, though, as long as an opponent doesn't have a Plague Drone in play, yeah, Felidar Sovereign is fantastic. A 4/6 cat beast for 6 mana in white. Vigilance, lifelink. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you've got 40 more life, you win the game. I guess just to say, if they've got the Plague Drone down and you already have 40 more life, good for you. Yeah, you can still win right there. So this is one where, yes, it is a creature that does, have to stay on the board for you to actually win with that win condition. But it's an incredibly easy alternative win condition to meet. In fact, literally, you start the game off in Commander meeting that condition, which is pretty incredible. You just say, you know what? I'm already at my win condition. All right, now I'll play this. Am I still at it? Am I upkeep? Okay, I win. That's basically it. If you have a life gain strategy, you're going to be at well more than 40 life most of the game, right? You're going to be like, oh yeah, I'm at 1,000 life, whatever. Even if you play this and all of a sudden you're like, all right, opponents, yeah, I don't even have any defenses up. I'm not going to block. Good luck taking my life total down from 120 down to 39 to save yourselves. If you don't have removal for this, I simply win. Keep in mind also, again, this is Vigilant. It has lifelink, so it can gain you some extra life, which is lovely. And you can keep back as a blocker as well. It is a great way to win the game if you're in a life gain strategy. Pick it up. I really should have mentioned already at this point that if you are interested in these cards like Moraug, Fury of akoum, make sure you pick them up in the card list. Link in the description below. There we go. Anyways, a 6/6 Minotaur Warrior for 6 mana in red. Each creature you control gets +1/+0 for each time it is attacked this turn. Whenever a land you control enters, if it's your main phase, initial combat phase, if it's main phase, at the beginning of this combat, untap all creatures you control. Here's the thing. Wizards, first of all, we need some kind of a keyword just to be like, all right, you know what? We're shortening up extra combat to just extra combat. Everyone knows how extra combats work, okay? Yeah, with this one, it's like, all right, you play more lands, you get more extra combats, have fun. It is an amazing way to just decimate your opponents. Again, literally by playing in Evolving Wilds, you're like, okay, Evolving Wilds, yeah, crack it. That's 2 extra combats. Yeah, being able to just go, all right, I played a land, and I got 2 extra combats, that's absolutely insane. Of course, even a land with 1 extra combat, or again, ramp spells, of course, yeah, you can do so much with this. This can be a game-ending play, again, as a commander, as a card in the 99 of a landfall strategy, of a extra combat strategy. I mean, already just pumping your creatures even more during those extra combats as well is such a valuable card. Make sure you pick it up. Now let's switch things up, though, and talk about an incredibly unique card with Elemental Resonance. Yeah, you might not have seen this card, and believe me, you should. It's an aura for 4 mana in green, enchant permanent. Beginning of your pre-combat main phase, add mana equal to the enchant permanent's mana cost to your mana pool. Yeah, it's quite fun. This is a repeat mass mana source for you, but there is a catch, of course, again. Auras are considered by many to be one of the weakest kind of permanents out there because they are dependent on what they're attached to. If they, get removed themselves, oh no. If the thing that they're attached to gets removed, even worse, typically, because usually it's one of your own things, that's a 2-for-1. That being said, this you can put on anything. You can put on any player's card, not just your own. So again, if an opponent, say, has the biggest, scariest, indestructiblest, that's definitely a word, creature out there, you're like, okay, well, I don't need removal for that right now, but sure, I'll take some mana. Sure, I'll throw that on there. Maybe it's got 6 mana or whatever. So, okay, cool. Every single turn I get 6 mana. Good for me. Yeah, this is something that, again, especially if you've got a commander yourself, there are a lot of cards in your deck that are actually kind of, hardy, that have indestructible, that are really hard to deal with. Or, again, if your commander is that too, it's a great way to get repeat mana advantage with a massive, massive, massive amount of mana. Way to ramp just super early. Again, just 4 mana for this. You get it down early, and you can get so much value out of it. Onward we go, and upward we go, and into our deck we go with Insatiable Avarice, a sorcery for a single black mana, but it's got spree. Add an extra 2 search life for a card, then shuffle and put that card on top. or an extra 2 black, essentially. Target player draws 3 cards and loses 3 life. First of all, this is a card that is amazing no matter what you pick. If you pick that first option, great. 3 mana, go tutor up any card, put it on top. That is a great way to go get whatever you need to get and eventually draw into it. Or if you pay the extra mana right then and there, sure, cool, draw it right away. Again, if you're paying 5 mana in total, you basically tutor for a card and you draw that card and 2 others. Sure, you lose 3 life, but again, life is a resource in Commander. Who cares? Being able to utilize this, again, in either way is amazing, but again, if you just literally need some cards, 3 mana for 3 cards is incredible, and sure, you lose some life, but again, it does not matter at all. So again, very flexible, very efficient, very fantastic, a great tutor, a great draw spell, a great tutor draw spell. Pick it up. Let's move forward with Reforge the Soul. This is a card that, well, illustrates just how powerful wheels can be, especially when, well, you can miracle into them and go, oh, this is 2 mana. Yeah, sorcerer for 5 mana. Normally, each player discards their hand and draws 7 cards. But again, if you miracle it, yeah, just 2 mana for that same effect. So again, if it's the first card that you drew on the turn, you are playing it for just 2 mana instead. That does include your opponent's turns, meaning that you can break timing restrictions with this one. There's not a lot of wheels out there that are instant speed and be able to go, yeah, just drew off the top of my library on your turn. Okay, cool. Yeah. Let's do it instant speed. All of a sudden, hands are gone. We're changing things up. Everyone's drawing things again. Yeah, in a wheel strategy, in a draw strategy, in a discard strategy, this is an incredible card. In a miracle strategy as well, it's quite fun too. Pick it up. And finally, Beacon of Tomorrows. A source for 8 mana in total in blue. Target player takes next turn after this one, shuffle it into its owner's library. There are very few extra turn spells out there that don't just immediately exile and go away, and this is one of them. This is one that says, hey, you know what? You're getting extra turn, but not only that, you've got a chance to get me again. You've got a chance to get me off the top of the library on the next turn, literally. You could do that. You'd be like, oh yeah, draw for the turn. Oh my goodness, again? How did this happen? I mean, of course, there's some combos that work with it where it's if you literally don't have a library, you can just keep doing that again and again and again. Or, of course, if you've got some tutors, you can keep getting this back again and again and again. It's an amazing card. Extra turn spells are few and far between, and they are quite incredible at taking over the game. Pick it up. And with that, this episode is coming to a close, so it's my turn to hear from you. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts are on this episode. And of course, as always, thanks again, and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.